And we're back!
Welcome back, everyone. We had a nice little intellectual conversation. Well, maybe some.
I wouldn't call it intellectual.
I'll just call it a conversation.
It was a conversation.
About anime. Yeah, what a bunch of dorks, yo.
I'm proud of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we're back playing Legend of Zelda.
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword.
And
I'm sorry, last episode I was just lost. Hopefully I won't be so lost this time.
Yeah, he'll know when to go, where to go.
Hopefully.
Ups.
Oh, okay. Got this.
Yes.
I got this. I think.
Hopefully he got this. Alright, so yeah, you just hopping up. And we're just going places.
Yeah. Go away, spider.
Just gotta let go.
Go away. Go away.
Take him out.
All right. So let's see. Over yonder. New doors. We're opening new doors. Legend of Zelda games are amazing.
They are.
I mean, it's just one of those things that they kind of drop you in the middle of like things. It's like you figure it out yourself. It is. I mean, they don't really hold your hand, which is kind of cool.
You know, the funny thing is that a certain somebody, you know, I'm not gonna name names.
I'm dead.
Oh wow.
I fell.
Down. I think there was a certain somebody, you know, by the name of blank blank, you know, but I mean, everyone's probably gonna know what I'm talking about, and if you don't worry about it. But this person particularly did not like the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I think if I recall, I just, you know, I don't want to name names, but you know, this person, you know, he's pretty well known in the YouTube community. He didn't really care for the Skyward Sword, if I'm citing this correctly. A while ago, I watched one of his Let's Play, if you will. He thought it was too easy, or it kind of took a very interesting...
What's the word you're looking for?
Actually, it went against your comment you made earlier. It held your hand throughout the game. You know, it felt like it was babysitting you through the game. It's like, yo, this is how you do this is how you do that, you know? He compared it to the former Zelda, which was, I believe, Ocarina of Time, or he referred to Link to the Past. You know, I mean, there's no arguing. You know, that's one of my favorites, no doubt. I love Link to the Past because, you know, it was open world. And, open world to say, like, they didn't restrict you where you wanted to go. If you wanted to start at Dungeon 2, or Dungeon 5, or Dungeon wherever, just like the original Zelda. Oh no, it was the original Zelda he was talking about. The original Zelda made you do
that. Ocarina of Time, it was...
Ocarina, you had to follow a path. Yeah, there was no skipping.
Unless you watch those speedrunner guys, they friggin' like break the game.
Which, you know, clearly that wasn't the intent of the designer, so that doesn't count. Yeah, I think the original Zelda was the one he was referring to, where it was just like an open world, and they just drop you in.
But you see,
you had no explanation, besides the manual, of course.
I mean, that's the funny thing. I'm probably going to get flamed for this, and it's okay. It's my opinion. It's how I feel about the situation.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Ocarina of Time more than any of the other Zeldas.
Okay.
And I think all games to some... Ooh, you see? Now I already see what is going on here. You guys, open up.
Come on.
All right.
Open up them eyes, yeah.
Yep, there we go. You know, I enjoyed Ocarina of Time more than I enjoyed any other Zelda. And I believe all games, no matter how open world it is, have some form of rails. Because there's some form of structure to it. You know, you have to have. You just don't have a game that's completely open world where there's no objective. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, what game would you play that's... There's no objective. You're just in a game and you're playing. I guess Minecraft...
Okay.
But
it's basically considered sandbox, you know.
Yeah.
They're giving you more of
and I found a small key.
Yay. They're giving you more independent will. You know, you can do anything you want. It's up to the player how he wants to do his journey, if you will. And they do have plenty of games like that. For example, Minecraft, SimCity, The Sims, Second Life, or whatever suits your taste,
well,
really.
Whoever it is that didn't like this game or had issues with Zelda games, I can't understand why. I think the only Zelda game I had a small issue with was Wind Waker. And probably not for the reasons that other people might have an issue with it. I had an issue with the whole boat thing. The reason being...
You got seasick?
Yeah, I barfed over the boat all the time.
Yeah, nice.
But it was one of those things where is the land? I like the whole thing of, you know, walking around the land and seeing all the things. They took the land down, they just put sea.
Because they were trying to push the envelope. Well,
I don't know if it was pushing the envelope.
Okay, not push the envelope. You know what? I believe like one of the interviews they said that they wanted to make a really big world, and they did some sort of technique where the actual Wind Waker world wasn't so big, but
I think that had to do with the limitations on the GameCube disc.
well, yeah, of course.
I think that's what it was. They realized they couldn't pack this huge world into this little tiny disc, so they put sea.
But if you were traveling the sea, you felt like
no, because the sea is just one. If the sea, in my opinion, is one big empty canvas, there's not much to it. It's just here's water and more water, and here's more water and even more water.
Well, hold on. Now they had portions where things were happening. Like either a big monster event. They had maybe a pirate ship over there.
Well,
they had stuff
do you remember the movie? The movie Waterworld with Kevin Costner.
I don't want to remember that.
I actually liked that movie.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
You know what? It wasn't bad, but it was just so. His acting.
It was not the best.
No. It's not that. It's just his character in that movie. It's just, and then the little girl, and then I don't know.
Well, I mean, back.
It was hilarious.
Back to Zelda. It's just all right. You have to go from point A to point B, and you're just traveling the sea.
Okay.
Okay, what's this guy doing? What do you want?
He wants to mess your stuff up.
All right, I guess it's time to.
So,
Hey, bro, easy, bro.
What's a good deal?
What you doing? What you doing there?
I mean, but what was the correlation with Waterworld?
Oh, so all right. For example, don't hit me. You're gonna hit me. You're gonna hit me.
Oh,
Jerk.
Oh wow, he counters. Wow,
Yep.
this guy.
He knows all sorts of ancient arts. Okay.
No shield, huh?
No more screwing up.
Take a thrust backflip. There you go. That's how you work.
Oh, you jerk. No,
Come on, PT.
Stop your bull.
You got this.
I got it. Woo! Oh yeah, so Ocarina of Time. You're born into the world. You're playing the game, and you got this big vast land that you have to travel.
Sure.
You're walking through the land, and as you're walking through the land, you're seeing landmarks and different things in the horizon, and it's not just as monotonous as being on an open sea where would you believe there's what the hell is this? You got the beetle. The unexplained power contained within this insect-shaped item allows you to control it as it flies through the air.
So, I mean, this is you have no idea what this does, do you?
I mean, I remember when the game first came out.
Oh, they did.
They demoed something. I have an idea as to what it does.
Yeah.
But back to the whole thing I was talking about. It's just, this ocean, vast ocean. And
Vast ocean, yes.
Oh, you got stuff to say to me.
No, she doesn't matter. Let's hear about the water world. Because she's
Her
just
face
gonna...
looks like Waterworld.
You know what? She is water world. She's the definition of water world. Water paste.
So, there's nothing but ocean, or Ocarina of Time, the vast, you step onto the main world and you see Hyrule Castle off in the distance.
Sure.
You look over there, you see the mountain with the big giant smoke ring around it.
Sure.
And you're just like, oh, that's awesome. I want to go to those places.
Cool.
You play Wind Waker and you get on the sea, you don't see anything but water and more water.
But
and
if
more
you
water.
travel long enough, you will see those said landmarks.
You will, but you have to travel to see them. It kind of takes away from the element of surprise. Like, oh, here's, it brings the element of surprise, but how do I explain it? It brings the element of surprise, but it takes away anticipation. That's the word I'm looking for.
Anticipation.
Yeah, it's like I can't wait to. Oh, what's at Hyrule Castle? Let me go there. You go to Hyrule Castle and you see what's there, and you're like, okay, that's awesome. Now there was this other place that I've seen, and it looked like it looked like a mountain. What's up with the mountain? Can I go see what's up with the mountain? And you go see what's up with the mountain. But these things you know about the moment you start playing. Whereas at Wind Waker, you don't. You just kind of figure it out as you go along. And I don't know. That was my only gripe about the game. Otherwise, I thought it was great.
But the game in itself had its own little, whimsicalness about it. OpenSea was an entirely new concept. They really haven't done anything like that before in any Zelda at all. Not to that extent as a whole game. It was the first game to really incorporate traveling by sea. So for me, it felt like a real adventure. Granted, it gave it a more piratey feel. Well, actually, the whole game really consisted of the pirate theme. It was really a large overtone, but that's besides the point. I didn't think it subtracted from Wind Waker as a whole, but whenever you end up going to whatever landmarks and stuff, they still kept the Zelda elements, you know.
They did.
The dungeons, the puzzles, you know.
It was still definitely a Zelda game.
They changed the transport, is what it was.
The transport,
instead of traveling
it should have been on a horse or a giant piece of land. I like that.
So you're a landlubber, is what you're telling me.
I'm a landlubber.
Yeah. So you just don't like water. You don't like seeing.
I just
you
like
find
to know
water monotonous.
It's one of those things where you play a game for the first time and you're looking at something you can't get to yet, but the entire time you want to see. The curiosity is there. They take that away in Wind Waker.
I don't think they take that away. They just make. Remember, like I said, you know, they wanted to make the world vast. So I guess by making it vast, they just slowed down your ship to a crawl and made it look like you were traveling really quick. But you know,
You really weren't.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that, you know, by slowing it down and making it appear like you're traveling fast, they make the world big, and it took time to, you know, travel the place. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not discounting the game. The game is still an awesome game. I definitely played it and I liked it.
Yeah.
But that was my only really big gripe about it.
I mean, if you play the HD version, man, you're gonna sing a whole different tune. You know, maybe we might have to let's play that sometime, huh?
Yeah, that or Twilight Princess. I didn't give that a thorough playthrough at all.
Yeah, Twilight's actually good. It's one of those Zeldas that did not follow the Zelda formula to a T.
Template, if you will.
Yeah.
You go away!
It didn't follow that same thing. But as I was saying about the original Zelda, like, you know, or what was it? Yeah, so and so didn't like this. Yeah. It said Let's Player that shall shall be named nameless. Wow, nameless. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But I think he liked the original Zelda, if you will, and he felt this Zelda just basically felt trivial or just too easy.
Thought this one was easy.
I guess like as Zelda's.
Did I get a key? I don't know if I got a key.
I don't know. I mean, you don't play. I mean, I don't really play Zelda for the difficulty factor.
No, it's not for. It's about the journey and the story
and the puzzles are.
Yeah.
The puzzles are not like, you know, mind bending and stuff. You know, eventually, you know, you'll get stumped on a puzzle or two, but you play Zelda just at this point for the name, you know, and. I mean, I guess that's his point. You know, people will just play Zelda just because it's Zelda.
No, you know? Zelda games have a magicalness to them almost. They're not.
But I mean, nowadays, like if I say, yo, look, the new Zelda's coming out, I'm hyped no matter what it is. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if they throw out Link, Urban Zelda, you know.
Oh, no, that'd be bad. That'd be bad.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Could you imagine Zelda walking around with his pants sagging?
Look, pants sagging, backwards hat. He has a stick in one hand. He has a baseball cap, a garbage lid for a shield.
Oh God.
Come on, you know.
God.
Going through the hoods of Brooklyn or whatever. He has to solve the puzzle to get into his apartment.
You seen Zelda? I've been looking for Zelda. You seen Zelda, son?
You seen Zelda, son? She said, nah, but he don't refer to her as Zelda. He's like, you know, my girl, yo. You see my girl, Z?
Yo, where's Z at, yo?
That's floating. Oh, I didn't even see the string. Okay, yeah.
I didn't even notice it either, just until now.
But, you know, whatever, you know, people do and don't like about this game, you know, it's still a solid Zelda game, you know, regardless of difficulty or, you know, expectations, you know. You can't please everyone.
No, of course not.
Whatever. That's just, it is what it is. But for me, you know, I'm not so overly judgmental to say, like, you know, oh, this Skyward Sword is not comparable to Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time set the bar so high, and how dare people drop the bar so low by making this game. It's nothing like Ocarina of Time. You remember the Water Temple was the hardest dungeon in the world.
You can't have a dungeon that's not harder than the Water Temple. Yeah, that nonsense.
And then this is like Skyward Sword is like, oh man, everything was so easy and blah, 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 just straying away from the original Zelda spirit and blah. You know, people, you know what?
I mean, you know, I'm guilty of that to some extent or another.
I know you are, because you use that same, you know, thing about the Wind Waker. Instead of approaching it as a new experience, you're...
No, don't get me wrong. I still enjoyed it. Okay. That was my only problem with it. I wish if they just took out the water...
So you played Wind Waker as, like, judging it as a new experience. Like, let's just say, like, this... it's hard to like remove your previous Zelda games. It's but if you were to judge it based on the game itself, you said you liked it, right?
Yeah, it was a great game.
Okay, that was your only thing.
That was my only thing.
Okay, so that's just a preference then.
It's a preference, and I didn't care for the water element. That was my biggest
that's
thing.
just a preference, I would say. People, I mean, yeah, you just don't like sea. For me, sea.
It's not that I don't like sea.
Not sea, or that idea.
Look at the guy's cross-eyed. He herp a derp face. Look at him.
Derp, cross-eyed. Well, actually, derp would be like one eye this way and one eye the other way.
And this clearly isn't working, so, okay, there's a third eye. I see it.
Oh, so maybe climb up or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, even I tend to forget things.
I like what you did.
Yeah. You see, I'm a clever guy like me.
He's clever.
Is it? You hit it? You take it out? Wait. Oh, so that's how you do that.
I'm amazing.
See? Look at you using your Zelda smarts. Your smarty pants.
Smart.
It definitely didn't come from... Wait, so did you beat the whole game of Wind Waker?
Yeah, I finished Wind Waker.
Okay, so...
I mean, like I said, it was just the whole water thing. If you just took the water out...
Took the water out.
And put in land.
What, sand?
No, just put in land.
That's a
land.
Nah, see, that would be terribly monotonous.
No, it wouldn't. Just,
Yeah, come on, man. Traveling by sea and water is more entertaining than
what
just
I'm
big
saying is,
open land.
Well, don't make it open. Just, make the distance between the places smaller.
Then
and
you just get Ocarina of Time.
Well, I suppose to some degree.
They're trying to achieve a different Zelda experience for each Zelda. I can't say that they're raising the bar, but they're trying to make each Zelda distinct. So not every Zelda is exactly the same. And I don't know if what is it, Miyamoto? Yeah. See, I mean, I think he's doing right by it. Now I don't know about this Skyward Sword versus the new Zelda, but it's kind of looking the same, so I'm not really sure what to expect. It's gonna be for the Wii U.
Like with this one, my only thing with it, I mean, they got the whole flying thing, and then it feels a little fragmented, with the flying and going down into land, and it's two separate worlds, but it's always that fear that you're never going to do both worlds justice the way you should, because you have something fragmented. I don't know.
Again,
but I mean, all in all, I'm
it
enjoying
falls under again limitation and maybe due dates and stuff like that. Like, hey man, we need you to put out a
yeah. The business side of things.
That's how I look at everything. Business side of everything. Very, very good, man.
I do good.
Very good. I like what you did there. So now you're progressing, and then we finally... What is this? What is it? Can you guess what it is?
I don't know.
Wow, that's a little bit over dramatic for a small key.
See, these are the things about Zelda games that crack me up. Like, look at his face. Look at him. Just look at him.
Hey, man.
He's just happy. He's like
what do you
key.
expect to have? Like a grumpy face?
I'm not a grumpy face, but it's just, I dig in my pocket, I pull out keys, and hey, would you look at that? They're keys. And I'm not happy. I'm not sad. I'm just like, oh, my house keys are in my pocket.
I mean, hey.
Would you look at that?
I mean, speaking of the
what
business...
else would be there?
Speaking of business sides of things, you always have to market. What is always a demographic that you always would have to market when it comes to this type of territory?
That's a funny question. I would say kids.
Yes.
But
kids.
You have to keep in mind.
So you cannot have. You can't have your main protagonist going like Wario, even though they did release a game like that a long time ago. What was it? Wario World. Yeah.
And it was a fun game.
It was a fun
party game.
Hey man, I love Wario World, and not for nothing. But generally speaking, protagonists are supposed to be happy-go-lucky. I would say happy-go-lucky, but they're not going to be rotten people that say that have a terrible day and screw life. It's not cool anymore.
Oh, damn it.
But yeah, the business side of it. That's why I tend not to be in anything that I watch or play. I understand the business side, and I'm not saying like, because there's a business side, quality has to be compromised. I'll put my foot down when it needs to be placed it down.
You put that foot down.
Oh, I put that foot down. I was like,
foot down.
I'm not having it. All right, I'm not having any of this.
You ain't having it.
You know, it's a compromise. You know, and it depends on the author's intentions versus the producer's intent. You know, if the guy, the author of or the original creator of the series just says like quality cannot be compromised, chances are he's not going to be taking a payday. And maybe he might be, maybe because the quality is so great that hey, just put it on there. We just want to produce it, and we know it's going to make millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Whatever the case is. But some cases, some people don't want to compromise the integrity of their work.
See, that's the thing too. I know there can be a great middle ground. Jump, Link, jump.
Just take him out.
There can be a good middle ground because there has been in the past, and hopefully there will be in the future. Back in the day, I don't know, maybe it's because we were younger and we had no standards to what we... There's no standards. No, kids eating friggin' packs of sugar. We thought it was amazing. It's just... But there has to be a middle ground. Cause
imagination was very ridiculous back then. I mean, come on, man.
I guess.
But,
I'll chuck it up to that. Being young and not having much of any kind of standards.
I don't know, but I think we should talk about imagination next time. Who knows?
See you next time.
Later, y'all.
Later.